Today I'm going to be going over, am I overreacting? This person posted about 5 screenshots. So let's go ahead and go through it. Start saying, I hope you're having a good day today. And then, I love my wife. It makes me so sad when you leave without saying goodbye. It's always something. So immediately we have a change. And she says, this is a known fact though. Why is it difficult for you to say, I'm sorry, babe? I feel like we've just deviled into the middle of a fight. I'm not sure what's going on here. And then he says, fuck all the way off. So entitled. I'm not understanding how this has gotten from 0 to 100 so much. But then he says, I was just teasing before, but damn, just stop acting like this all the time. You know you're 30, right? Okay. Then she replies, I mean, there's a lot to unpack there. I'm just like, should I move on? Maybe this is like a fight that happened the night before and they're just reintroducing that fight because this interaction is completely insane. I hope you're having a good day. I love my wife. Great. She hearts it. Everything's good. It makes me so sad when you leave without saying goodbye. And then he, boom, goes into fuck off. Crazy. Okay. And then she says, it's always something, was not a tease. That was real. You know you're almost 30 and you can learn how to communicate with your partner, right? And then he says, have you ever stopped to consider how exhausting it is to deal with someone who stomps their feet and demands an apology for not getting their goodbye kissy? Well, the fact that you're saying kissy is ridiculous. In the morning, I desperately yearn to date an adult woman. I'm so confused. He said, I love my wife, to the fact, and then she just says, could you give me a hug? And he's flipping shit. I mean, what adult man who's almost 30 says kissy? Their goodbye kissy. And then he wants to date someone else. I'm thinking, babes, he's cheating on you and he really is looking for any reason to hate you right now. So he can go to his mistress at work and be like, do you know what she did? She demanded a hug. What a cunt. Have you ever stopped to consider how exhausting it is to ask for a bare minimum and not even get that? I mean, sis is right. You literally just ask for a kiss. It is free. It's not worth anything except emotional connection. It is literally the easiest thing you can do as you're walking out of the house to show appreciation. And he's like, you've crossed the line. That is the last straw, you stupid baby. I'm so confused. He must have like had a dream about her cheating, or he was cheating in his dream. I'm not sure. Or maybe she's like poisoning him with rat poison and we don't know the full context because this cannot be an adult man. And then she said, I desperately yearn to date a considerate man. I mean, clock it, sis. That's exactly what to say. And then he said, I love my wife and turned it into an argument. I'm not the problem here. Actually, if we go back, right? If we just scroll back, babe, you said it's always something. You could have just said, oh, babe, I love you and I'm sorry and I'm going to give you the biggest kiss when I get home. And then send her like a little emoji kissing face. Instead, you literally marched off. You're 30 years old. How dare you want affection from your husband? Insanity. And then now you're trying to bring that back into her face. All right, we're only on the second screenshot, but okay. And she said, after I reached out to you, you know how important those little moments of connection are for me. Absolutely. It's her love language. It seems like she's communicated this before. And then he said, moving those goalposts. It's a kiss. It is a peck. It's a mwah. That's all she's a M-U-A-H. Mwah. That's it. That's all she wants. And then she says, no, I'm not. You're just mad that you can't score. Oh, clock it. Sis ain't missing. I have told you how important it is for me dozens of times. Like I said, she's communicated her love language. And then he says, yeah, that's my point. At age 30, you should not be crashing out because you didn't get a morning kiss. It seems that he has a problem with her age more than she does, because now he's mentioned it 2 times in the span of, a couple of texts. I mean, bro, if she said you're almost 30, are you really one of those insecure men who cannot handle the fact that their woman is just a day and a half older than you? Let's say, oh my God, she's 2 years older than him, and now that she's reached 30, is he doing like a red pill type of thing where he's going through and he's like, I deserve a woman who's only hit 18 freshly and 2 months ago. That's who I want because I want her fertile eggs. Is that what the type of man he is? Because next time you mention her being 30, what, at 30, suddenly women can't want kisses? If she was 25, would you give her kisses? Is she more valuable then? So I'm not understanding the correlation of her needing to not be able to get kisses from her husband at the age of 30. So please elaborate, because you are a raging dickwad right now. I'm not understanding. At 6 years in, you should know that it's important to me. I mean, she's very, very calm, collected queen. She's just letting you know. She is saying that this is my love language and you should know my love language, okay? And then he said, you should know how important it is for me to have a partner that doesn't start fights over this kind of stuff. But I never got that consideration once. I give you what you want because you throw a fit. Okay, gaslight. Gaslight. Love a peasant who gaslights. I've gotten much better at getting over things. Sis, you're crumbling. You've been so good. Do not lose face, babes, because all you're asking, this is what gaslighters love to do. They love to argue until you start apologizing so they feel like you're one of. All you asked for was a kiss before he left. And suddenly she's now apologizing, okay? No. She said, I've gotten much better at getting over things, but I shouldn't have to blow past absolutely everything. Yes, clock it. This is a small thing that doesn't take much time or energy from you, but means the world to me. I do not understand why it's so difficult, but if I'm asking too much, then great. I'll lower the bar for you, babe. Do not lower the bar. Dig him a hole to hell and then move on. Bury his ass. Do not do that. I've had a hard morning. I mean, the day just started. How can it be hard? You didn't even leave. I mean, did he wake up and fall into the toilet? Is that what happened? What's going on here? What has made, did he gag on his toothbrush? I had a hard morning and I needed to leave to catch the bus. I mean, it seems like a personal problem. Maybe save up for a car. I'm not sure, okay? If that is you taking the bus is what's making you not want to kiss your wife, how about you just say that you're going to start saving up and in a year or two you're going to buy a car. Get that out of your mind. Why are you acting like that's her problem? You don't care about that at all, though. Why? See, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why is that her problem? I rode the bus for 2 years. I rode a bus and 2 trains to get to my school every day to go to my school and every day back until I was finally able to get rides and then finally able to then get a car. Okay? And that's with family support. So I understand that, but you're shaming yourself and then taking it out on your wife who just wanted a kiss. Okay? And on top of that, you could have apologized and said, I'm going to kiss you later. Instead, you're taking your shitty day out on your wife. Insane. Let's get back to this, but you don't care about that at all. It's all about you getting what you want, even if it's the most insignificant and childish hill to die on. Okay, ladies and gents, let me point out to the fact that she said that this is a small thing and it means so much to me. And he again, after throwing her age into his face, he again says this is insignificant. I don't care if you think this is insignificant. Your partner that you are supposed to be building your life with, that you're supposed to respect boundaries and love and fill this up. Reciprocal. She should be doing that to you too. This person has said something you value, you deem as insignificant, that is easy for you to do, is something that would mean the world to them, and you're still shitting on it. That shows me that you have no respect for that person. None whatsoever, okay? And then babes, he's so good at gaslighting. What a manipulative fuck. Because she says, I'm sorry you had a hard morning. Of course I care about that, with an exclamation point. Do not backpedal, because now that you have shown a softness in your armor, he's gonna go dive into that, because now he feels like he has got you. You've given him his got you moment, so he's gonna write back and say something insane. And let's say that. Then why didn't you ask? Of course, right there. You just went straight to, why is it difficult for you to say, I'm sorry, babe? You don't care at all. You see that? She was holding strong. A couple of paragraphs ago, she gave him a little bit, and then she finally punctured her own armor, and now he is letting her bleed out because he is a dickwad right here. And then what did she say? You went straight into, you don't care at all. Fuck off. Don't text me again. First of all, again with the F word to your wife, your significant other. I'm so confused. Don't text me again. And then she says, hey, I love you. Hey, she probably said his name. I love you immensely. Babe, you're a victim. Please leave this relationship. You are an emotionally abused victim. All you have asked is for a kiss. That's it. He said, remember when I was complaining about how I'm sick of being nagged and pestered all the time? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Spend the next 8 hours of silence thinking about your good morning kiss and ask yourself if this fight was worth it. Holy shit. I would put a curse on this man if I was a witch. I would pee in his coffee every morning. I would put his bagels in the trash and then feed it to him. I would put holes in all of his shoes. I would literally cut his favorite pants up by the crotch where he can't see. I would make this man's life so miserable and sickly before I break his heart. It's because this man is a gaslighter and a narcissist, and just the bar was, just give me a kiss before you leave. That's it. So she's given a little bit of context. So let's see this. She said, for reference, my fiance, and not even husband, oh my God, you have time to leave, babe. So she said, for reference, my fiance and I have been together for 6 years. I am a feelings-based person who has tried really hard to meet him where he's at. He is a strictly logical person who puts little value on feelings. I mean, he texted her back, I love you, my wife, so he obviously can do feelings, babe. I texted him after I heard the apartment door closing this morning. I'm really tired of asking for the bare minimum and being berated when I try to stand up for myself. We are supposed to be getting married in September, and it's moments like this where I wonder if the good outweighs the bad. Am I overreacting? No, you are underreacting. You're not married. You don't have kids because you didn't mention kids, and you literally have months to do your exit plan. Leave this emotionally abusive man to ride his bus in silence every single morning so that he can think about if that kiss was worth losing you. Okay? All right. All right, now that we have my take and my rant, and the final verdict is, babes, you're a queen and your bar is really in hell, so get some therapy. Hire that bar, so do some squats and push that shit right up into the air, and then leave this peasant. Well, you can leave the peasant and then build yourself up, okay? Because he's not worth your time. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the comments. The highest comment is, do not get married. That's it. 4 words right there, plus a period telling you do not get married. You're not married. Imagine you find yourself at 50 years old, spending 20 years with this guy, with children that look up to him as their father figure, because you only get one mom and dad, right? Unless you're lucky enough to be adopted or to find a family. You know, sometimes a family that you make that's outside of your bloodline is the best family. But for the most part, you're going to marry this guy, you guys are going to have kids, and then you guys are going to be stuck together, glued, and then he will treat you. If this is how he's treating you at your most freeable, how is he going to treat you when you are boggled down and tied to him through genetics? How about that? So yes, do not get married. And I can see why do not get married has 19K likes. And let me give that a like right there. And then this one says, honestly, I know a couple who talks identical to this, and they're the most miserable married couple I've ever met. I guarantee it's exhausting for everyone around them. The next one has 2,515 likes. My husband and I went out with his work friend's house to watch football, have some drinks, snacks, and hang out for a few years back. My husband and I only knew the host and his wife. We were meeting their friends that they had invited over for the first time. It was rough. On the drive home, my husband and I both mentioned it to each other because we had both separately had to stand up for these strangers' wives on different occasions throughout the night. The two of us were baffled by it and had the same thought. Do these people even like the person they married? Forever is a long time. Spend it with someone who makes your days easier. I cannot stress this enough. I love what she just said. Real life snippet for you. This is the future you're going to sign up for. You're going to sign up for lifelong humiliation if you're going to stay with this guy who at this point can't even kiss you by the door. What's going to happen when you guys are married and whatever love that you think that you're staying for actually dries up even more? I mean, it's bone dry cactus right now, but whatever drips of water you're getting through him is going to shrivel. That's what happens. Love will die down, but mutual respect, and as in when I say love will die down, that feeling of butterflyness, giddiness, and teenage love will eventually go away because that is somebody that you're living with. But what keeps you together is mutual respect, mutual goals, and mutual caring. That is what love is. That is what true love is. And that is what a partner is. And this person can't kiss you by the door and makes you feel like shit and is ghosting you instead of trying to have a conversation about that. That's who you're signing up for. And then you're going to go out with coworkers 20 years in the future and they're going to defend you as your husband berates you. That's what you're signing up for. And that is going to be embarrassing.